Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'm doing a 2024 election matchup between Republican Governor Ron DeSantis and current Vice President Kamala Harris. Now I'm going to be doing a bunch of videos in the coming weeks, months, about potential 2024 candidates. And I think Ron DeSantis versus Kamala Harris is honestly one of the most probable ones. As I've done a few videos on it, Ron DeSantis' popularity among Republicans is currently close to an all-time high, and Kamala Harris, as she is the vice president to the oldest president in the history of our country, there's a pretty good chance she may end up being the Democratic candidate in 2024 as well. So with that said, let's get on to the video. I think Kamala Harris will start off by winning the West Coast pretty safe. She'll also win the state of Illinois, DC, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, New York. Maine at large, I think she'll win in a likely column. Maine's first will be safe. And you know what? I'm also going to go ahead. After Virginia, I won't characterize yet. Harris gets to 182. Now, Ron DeSantis will come in and win all these states safe. I will put Nebraska as safe red. Nebraska's first and third district will be safe. Second, we'll come back to. DeSantis will win the traditional red L states, they're called. DeSantis gets up to 124 safe. So, first things first, Kamala Harris, I think, would win the state of Virginia likely, the state of Colorado likely, and New Mexico likely as well. I'm trying to see if there's anything really else that would be likely, and I think that's it for now. For the likely Republican states, I think DeSantis would win Iowa likely and Ohio likely. Now that gets DeSantis to 147, Harris to 210. I think we're going to see the trend continue of Texas getting close, so I think Ron DeSantis will win. He'll win in a lean column, which would be the closest margin in Texas to date so far. I think Ron DeSantis supports President Trump enough where the trend of Texas getting closer and closer to the left will continue. The state of Minnesota will go in the lean column to Kamala Harris. I think Minnesota will continue to trend to the Republican side, but Harris will win the state of Minnesota. I'm also going to put the state of New Hampshire in the lean column as well. I think New Hampshire is a state that Ron DeSantis could potentially win, but I do think Ron DeSantis' support of President Trump in a state that voted for Joe Biden by 7 should at least have Kamala Harris being able to win by 3-4% or so. So Harris is at 223, DeSantis is at 188. I think Ron DeSantis would win his home state of Florida either in a lean to likely margin, but given that it's a national environment, I'm going to put it in the lean column. But it could be anywhere from tilt to likely, so it's very, very close, but I would put Florida in the lean column for right now. DeSantis is at 219, Harris is at 223. I think the state of North Carolina goes into the lean column as well. I think Ron DeSantis is able to win more of the suburban voters that President Trump was not, and some women voters President Trump was not as well. While Kamala Harris would be able to win more of the African American areas than Joe Biden, I think Ron DeSantis would be able to hold on in North Carolina. I think the state of Michigan, however, Michigan will go to Kamala Harris. I think Michigan, of the 3 Rust Belt states that voted for President Trump in 2016, Michigan is looking the most like it was most likely a fluke. Considering President Trump won 47.3 to 47%, that relies on a lot of undecided vote and a lot of third-party vote, and I don't see that being a consistent trend in the coming years. Michigan, for now, I'm going to give to Kamala Harris in the lean column. Maine's 2nd district, I'm actually going to give to Ron DeSantis in a tilt column. He won't have the same appeal as President Trump, so it'll be very, very close, but he will be able to hold on nonetheless. I also think Ron DeSantis will be able to win Nebraska's 2nd district in a lean column as well. My reasoning for this is that President Trump lost a lot of suburban and women voters. This is something that we keep hearing a lot because it's true. That's why President Trump lost. And I think Ron DeSantis will be able to win in the state of Nebraska in its 2nd district. The state of Arizona and Nevada, however. Nevada, I think, will get very, very close. And I'm going to be very, very bold and say Nevada goes to Kamala Harris only in the tilt margin. So it's going to be very, very close in Nevada. However, I do think Kamala Harris will hold on to Nevada one more time, but by 2028, Nevada may be a red state once again. The state of Arizona. I think Arizona, Ron DeSantis could potentially win. I think he's more popular than President Trump, and would be able to bring up more Republican votes in Arizona than Donald Trump will. However, I think the time has come where we finally have to accept the fact Arizona is in the Democratic column. And I think Kamala Harris, being from California, would likely help her win the states of Nevada and Arizona. Although they may be narrow, I think she will still win out west for now. 2028 could be a different story. Now, 237 and 256. I think Ron Desantis comes in and wins the state of Wisconsin in the tilt margin. I think we're starting to see some trends that while Joe Biden did win, Wisconsin and Pennsylvania are both trending in the Republican direction. And I think a candidate like Ron DeSantis would be able to win these two states. I think Ron DeSantis would win them very narrowly. But Ron DeSantis is not as divisive as Donald Trump, and he would also be able to win more support among suburban voters and women voters that would help Ron DeSantis carry these two states. So now it comes down to the state of Georgia. African American vote would be a very, very big key factor in the state of Georgia. Can Kamala Harris turn out as many African American voters in the state of Georgia that Joe Biden can? Better question, though. Will Ron DeSantis get some of the suburban and women voters that didn't vote for President Trump or voted for Joe Biden because they couldn't stand President Trump? I think Georgia flips back to the Republican Party. Georgia goes to Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis wins 282, 256. My reasoning behind this is I honestly believe 2020 for the Senate elections and presidential elections in Georgia may have been a fluke. And my reasoning for this is that a lot of people voted for Joe Biden because they didn't like Donald Trump. Ron DeSantis is not going to have that issue as he's more appealing than Donald Trump is and he's less divisive. Number two, Kamala Harris is just a worse Democratic candidate than Joe Biden is. There's a reason why Joe Biden won the nomination for the Democratic Party and Kamala Harris dropped out even before Iowa. Kamala Harris, I do not think, is that good of a candidate at a nationwide level. She may be good in certain states or in certain counties, but I don't think she's a good nationwide candidate for the Democrats. There's nothing really exciting about her. She's not super conservative Democrat. She's not a super far left Democrat. There's nothing really exciting about Kamala Harris, which is why I think Ron DeSantis would be able to win because he would have the more momentum and the excitement behind him in this 2024 potential matchup. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel. Make sure when you do, you tap the bell icon so you get notified when I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.